What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Got another good one for y'all today. Allison Chain's Rooster got into the comments. I seen somebody, words are hard. I seen somebody wanted me to check out Allison Chain's Rooster. Said that if I liked one from Metallica, I should like this as well. So here we are. Without wasting any more time, we're gonna get into it. And if you like it, do me a favor, hit that like button, sub to the channel. Don't forget to share with a friend. Let's get it. Rooster.
Papa and I never really talked about the war at all. I asked him about it one time.
You asked us about that tonight.
I remember we were sitting on the porch drinking beer at night. It was summertime or something, and I asked him a question.
Sometimes you think, what the hell are we doing here, right? I'm watching my friends die.
And he just said, you know, that's dead. So just let it lie. Let it be.
All right, so one of the first things that he says on here is talking about him. I'm gonna assume this guy, these two are father and son, is him asking his dad about the war, and I know a lot of people usually don't like talking about it and it's mostly because they don't want to relive it. It's not that they want to keep secrets or try to pretend like they were some part of some secret squirrel thing or whatever. I mean, I know there's people out there that try to do that, but it's like for the real ones that's actually been out there, it's actually done stuff. It's like they just don't want to relive it. But clearly this is Vietnam era, especially the helicopter uniforms. But like those dudes, they went through a lot. And it's like, and then on top of that, like you can see them right here, like no body armor. I mean, they're not wearing helmets, but like they had helmets, but I mean, with no body armor, what are they really protecting, you know?
Weird experience, okay? And sad experience. And I just hope nobody else has to go through it.
Oof. You can tell that him saying that, you can tell him saying that hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because like he relived his entire experience through that one statement. He just hopes nobody else has to go through that. That's truer words have never been spoken, my friend. So it looks, as he's walking through the woods, it looks like that the artist is depicting him reliving some of these shots. Like he's having some like flashbacks basically that, you know, from his time, you know, and that, I mean, that, being honest, that kind of thing actually does happen quite a bit. It's not, oftentimes it's not this, I have this flashback and then just, oh, you better watch out, like I basically blacked out, I don't know what I'm doing. Oftentimes it's literally exactly what it's, you know, it implies. It's a flash of a memory that you have that is typically influenced by something that's going on. whether it be a familiar smell that seems similar to something that you smelled during a particular time while you were over there. You might see something that reminds you. You might hear something. Taste. You might be eating something and the flavor or whatever of it might remind you. I mean, it's just like you never know exactly what's going to bring you back to that. Happens to me all the time. And like I said, it's not always something bad. Sometimes I have flashbacks oftentimes from when I was in the various places I was deployed to where nothing was going on. And I was just taking in the sights. You know, I would just I would go find a place where I was less likely to be bothered, right? And then I would just take in the sights that are there to see. So, and basically making the best of my situation. Uh-oh. First cab right here. I was in first cav. That was the only reason why I pulled that. I was in first cav just before I got out the army, so. They come to snuff the rooster. So I know, I mean, granted, it showed here that first cab was over there. And we know the first cab was over there. We also know that 101st was over there. And on 101st patch is Screaming Eagle. Now, one thing, a small bit of information that I know is that the opposing force over there often referred to the Screaming Eagle as either a chicken or a rooster. Now, I don't know that that's what he's referring to on here, or he might be referring to an individual. However, there's a chance it could be both, maybe. But if nothing else, you learn something. Okay. Okay. Alright, so he said, you know he ain't gonna die. And so the rooster here, we're talking about an individual. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say that, and I'm pretty sure that the guy in the beginning is the artist. And then this is probably his dad. And you can kind of tell that this guy's been to, and he sees some things. It's in the eyes. But, and it was in the beginning of the video where he was talking about somebody else not having to live that, or somebody else not having to go through the same things that he's gone through, and you can see it in his eyes and his face, the emotion that he was going through having said that. And yeah, oof. I'm not gonna lie, the visuals on this, because I mean you can tell that this is a reenactment, but dude, I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. I feel like this was, I think this was done in a way for the artist to kind of give his perception of what his dad went through while he was over there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like he really hit the nail, because like a lot of this is showing that not so pretty side of war, and I like the fact that it's doing that, because not everybody understands it. And yeah, with all the things that's going on in the world nowadays, like, people need to understand, like, war's not pretty. There's nothing pretty about it. And being 100% honest, if we can stay away from it, that's what we need to do. Because there's a ton of people that are going to live and experience things that will 100% change their lives. Ooh, I'm really glad that he put that in there. Talking about they spit on him on his homeland, because when a lot of the Vietnam, like, there was so much anti-war this and anti-war that, like, I get it, man. People were upset that we went to Vietnam, but at the same time, like, every time we've gotten involved in a war that had nothing to do with us at first, is like pretty much every time it's because we were provoked to be there. It's like World War, for example, like World War II is like a really, really good example. Like, we had nothing to do with World War II until Pearl Harbor happened, and then it was after that, it was like, well, gloves are coming off, buddy. I mean, I'm really glad that they put that in there. I really am. because those guys were treated like absolute shit when they got back. And half of them didn't even want to be there. My grandfather was drafted to go to Vietnam. This man was not proud of his service at all because he didn't want to be there. He didn't want nothing to do with it. When he died, he didn't want any like he told the family, he's like, when I pass, I don't want military honors at my funeral. I don't want to be in uniform. I don't want none of it. He was disgusted at the fact that he was forced to go to war. Just as much as people were spitting in everybody's faces on the return. It's just, yeah. Gloria sent me pictures. Those pills that they gave you for malaria are the worst. I know they gave them. I don't know what they gave them in Vietnam. I don't remember what they were called that they gave us, but they gave, dude, the craziest dreams you'll ever have is when you're on those pills. Most everybody that I knew while I was deployed, they took them for like maybe the first week and threw them away because the dreams were just not worth it. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's tough. That's tough. Because like it's not only do you just have to go through the emotions of losing a good friend. Because I don't know if a lot of people know the bonds that you build in war are some of the tightest bonds with people that you'll ever have. And serving with those people, like, yeah. It's, anyway, having lost one of them is already tough enough as it is. Watching it, and then knowing, well, not then, but now knowing that you're going to relive that moment the rest of your life, tough. So, for those of you that have watched my videos more than once, y'all know I'm very transparent about things, and you would be foolish to think that I have not heard this song before. Of course I've heard it before. this song came out in the 90s. And it's 2025. Like, of course I've heard it. But it was a conversation that I had earlier today. And it's so crazy that all of the music that you've listened to growing up, right? And you listen to it, you hear the music, but you don't take time to actually listen to it. So it's like, yeah, that sounds like a great song. But then you stop and actually listen to the words. And then for some of these, like, you watch the video that they put along with it. And that video oftentimes gives a lot of context to the lyrics that are in the song. And it just completely changes your perspective on that song almost entirely. And it blows my mind every time I do it. It's crazy. So, having said that, don't be afraid to ask me to react to a song. I may or may not have heard it. And even if I have, I'll still react to it, because I'm going to be honest with you. When I was younger, I didn't really care about the lyrics at all. I didn't. I just cared about whether or not it sounded good. Being 100% honest. And I know a lot of other people are the exact same way. So that's part of the reason why I really appreciate doing these. And because I actually have to take the time to actually process what's going on. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me get off of here. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for the suggestion. If you've made it this far in the video, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share with a friend. We'll see y'all in the next one, y'all.